Hello guys, welcome back to Genshin Compact. My name is Yuga, and today I'm going to be talking about the most used team comp in the game for Abyss. These two variations of team comps deal massive amount of damage in short period of time with correct rotation. You can basically finish any in-game content with these two teams. I'm talking about Childe International and Raiden National Team. Before talking about these two team comps though, I want to talk about the origins for these two broken team comps. The original national team consists of Shenling, Xinqiu, Chongyang, which I didn't level up, and Bennett. This popular combination of three leeway characters is the reason why it is called national in the first place, and there are reasons why this team is recommended by many people in the early games. The fact that all these characters are all rather easy to get compared to standard 5-star or limited 5-star means they are easier to build because you can get them in early game, which means eventually with decent amount of investment can help you clear harder content such as Abyss. Shenling and Xinqiu provide reverse vape that is still the most popular and optimal way to build damage in this game. Bennett, with how good his attack buff as well as healing, means he is stable in almost any team comp for good damage. Chongyang on one hand also provide melt by applying cryo onto the enemy as well as freeze with hydro. However, because of the value of Chongyang is not enough compared to other characters that have more damage utility, Chongyang is later switched out for the likes of Sucrose. So Sucrose, or for some player, is going to be Kazuha. With Sucrose not only making this team still rather FTP friendly, and because she's a 4-star, TTDS and VV Shred on Sucrose means that she can provide more damage buff onto your team, therefore more valuable compared to Chongyang. To improve this team comp, we need to understand the strength of this team. While Xinqiu does provide a lot of value for this team, like applying a lot of Hydro, having Xinqiu on this team means that there are limited options to the other team because other team cannot use Xinqiu. Power characters such as Hu Tao, Yoimiya, the Look only Xinqiu to maximize their damage for reverse vape, and the existence of national team prevents from that happening. Therefore, by using similar character that is able to apply a ton of Hydro as well as being some sort of on-field DPS, Childe came in place to replace Xinqiu. So Childe, Shenling, and we're not going to be using Xinqiu, so Sucrose and then Bennett. Childe came in to replace Xinqiu as the main Hydro applicator for this team, which later is known as Childe International. The main upside of this team comp include, like I mentioned, free up Xinqiu to other Pyro DPS team. And we also have direct damage upgrade compared to National with Xinqiu. Childe on one hand is really good Hydro applicator, and we introduced a new role called Enabler solely for him because he enables Shenling to do that reverse vape damage while being on field. On the other hand, he also provides nuke burst damage onto the enemy because at the start of the rotation, the enemies are often infused with Pyro due to the rotation of having Bennett going on first, and then you have like Sucrose and Shenling burst that later switch to Childe. Strong AoE Hydro plus Pyro vape, reverse vape, as well as wide range of nuke burst means Childe team in this team is so far the best AoE team in the game with no compromise on second team flex by freeing up Xinqiu. However, there is a caveat to this team, which is the rotation as well as single target damage. The rotation for Childe International can be really complicated for newer players or casual players who just want to play this game. Things like double VV Shred with Sucrose or Kazuha can be overwhelming for majority of the player base, with other minor problems such as reminding who should get the TTDS buff, like give it to like Shenling instead. On second point, this team, despite having the highest AoE damage in the game, suffer a little bit in single target chambers such as 12-2 upper half with Magu Kenki, or previous Abyss with PMA, so Perpetual Mechanical Array, and this brings up more options as the release of Raiden Shogun. And so Raiden Shogun, for people who don't know, is going to be consist of Shenling, Raiden, and Xinqiu, and then Bennett. Unlike Childe International, this team does not have complicated rotation, and because of the nature of Raiden Shogun, this team can be run easily with minimal game knowledge. Essentially just press burst and then win the team comp. You just have to remember, press Raiden burst last because of her buff, like she needs all the energy from their teammates. Despite putting Xinqiu back to the team comp, which limits the possibility of running another Pyro carry second team comp, this team comp fills the hole of having a better single target ability with the trade-off of slightly worse AoE. On the second half of the team, we still have options such as Morgana anyway, which is still one of the most powerful team comp in the game. And going back into international team, there are a lot of misconceptions of the necessity of freeing Kazuha instead of Sucrose. Many content creators out there sometimes claim that because of the lack of CC from Sucrose, Childe cannot utilize to its potential and therefore running Kazuha is a necessity in this team comp. Despite being true to some certain extent, such as Kazuha does provide better CC as well as better damage, Childe can still equip weapons such as Viridescent Hunt, which groups the enemy up together anyways. As for damage, Kazuha does not provide much more damage compared to Sucrose because Sucrose on one hand can equip TDDS or Sacrificial Fragment, and on the other hand, because of this team comp revolves around vaporizing damage, passive from Sucrose which transfer EM to all your teammates means that the damage difference between Kazuha and Sucrose doesn't matter that much. And that's it for this video. I hope you guys really enjoy this content, and my name is Yuga. At the end of the video, I'm going to be doing the showcase for both of these amazing teams, and I hope I can see you in my next video.
見切りました。ここより弱滅の時。